everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Terrapins will kick it off to get us underway. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Line gets set, first down. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25s.
And the ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Terrapins! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
That makes the score Maryland 7, LSU 0.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do. Because of that singular instance, I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play off. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herb Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, he knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
A first down for the offense. He's going to pass. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Quickly out to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver, they get to chase him. A really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Now on 2nd down after the good first down run. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Crosses the 30. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job. outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field, and look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays. They are a tough unit.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll leave it with the lone back. LSU will get a first down.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Gets it out fast. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Running back searching for a hole. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking for a man. It's Robbins. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their... able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Terrapins send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the returner will be brought down. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end.
Let's get 6 on the board, fellas.
Quarterback will audible. Quick pass on the fly motion. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. And the Terrapins want to pick up the tempo. The give to the tailback. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Robbins. Buys a little extra time. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack, starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. The field goal is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on 1st down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Flanagan.
That play was designed to go to the running back. They were hoping they were going to get man coverage, and one-on-one, that back is going to win that matchup every single time.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the 1st down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less likely to want to reach his arms out there and try to catch that thing.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you picture athletes there.
Touchdown LSU! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in. Just when you thought that ball was out of reach, nothing appeared to be out of his reach there.
Yeah, he says just throw it up and I'll go get it. To track the ball all the way down the field and dive and lay out with that body control, that is a special catch.
And the ball's out and they're after it. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out. Turns it on in midfield. Hit the afterburners, kid. The tag. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, LSU.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Back to throw, it's Robbins. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's moving out of the pocket. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
And that's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Steps away. On the run, fires downfield. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Showing the arm straight down the left side. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Caught in the backfield. It's McCluster. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Off the RPO, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Robbins. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Throws toward the end zone. Picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Complete to the left. Open runway ahead. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. It is perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Tigers will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back.
Makes the grab on the left side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. And now the offense will come onto the field again. On the run, it's Stein. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Leaves it with the running back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting.
Gets away from one, finds room. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And on that 3rd down, that play is set up to beat man-to-man coverage. You see the receiver, the ball gets thrown out in front of him, and he's able to get away from the defender, make some people miss, use the speed, setting up 1st and goal.
Pre-snap motion quarterback. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David. They've got
all kinds of running room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They're bringing heat. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Looking to pass. It's Robbins. Coming after it. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush. They win up front.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got a man. It's McCluster. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That QB might want to register as a 501c3. With the amount of donations he is making to the other team right now, interception number 4 now, putting his team in a bad position time and time again. We might want to start thinking about a change here.
Brings up 2nd down.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's Flanagan. At the 35, he's loose. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Oh, look out! Inside the 10. Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to the Red Hawks of Miami. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Going up top on 1st down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Robbins. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Terrapins in the hurry-up. He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defensive end understanding football? Understanding that I got to keep him outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. On the move. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because You've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he was knocked down immediately, short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
And the offense tried to get it to their playmaker quick and see if he could get the first down. A little bit short, but what did I do? I made this a manageable 4th down. Now it's decision time. What do I want to do?
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline, so let's just...
He's going for the big play. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Maryland! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. On the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
To the ground with the back. Across the 25, he's got room. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Looking for space, it's Flanagan. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Brings up 3rd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, LSU 41, Maryland 13.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Absolutely perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it away at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Off play action on first down. The throw. He's got his man. At midfield, he's got room. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Scanning the field, it's Robbins. Feeling some heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. The Terrapins want to crank the tempo.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off.
And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Bringing it back. He is finally out of bounds, but he was spelling that in.